Hello retail traders, this is the Sneaky Snake trading strategy with Washboardjim, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. Right now, I want to talk about my painting. When I'm painting, I look for a horizon line, which we're going to be talking about a pivot point in today's little lesson. A horizon line is a middle point of the painting where you want to divide something up. For example, dividing the sea into the sky. So I painted this about 5 years ago, and I do it on my spare time. And that keeps me in line when it comes to charting. So we're going to pull this down. We're going to look at the SPY. I stripped it all down and took everything off but my moving averages. And I got to thinking here. Right when I looked at it, I noticed two levels of support. And I think one that can keep us bullish now. This is a 2-year chart on the daily time frame. So I'm going to take my pivot point, which will divide the support and the resistance level. It'll be a decisive decision on if you want to keep it at resistance or if you want to keep it at support. Now that line is going to be right here in the middle of the page. I'm going to go here to the middle of the body of that candle right there, and I'm going to draw my price line right on the body right there. And then I'm going to take this and magnify that back out. I noticed 3 different things on this. I actually noticed 4, maybe 5. I noticed that we're at a real critical level right here on the 2-year chart, where we pulled back one time and we broke out. We pulled back and we broke out, and then we broke down, broke out, broke down with higher lows, and broke out again. And then we went ahead and sold off and hit that line right here again, pivot point. By that time, it's already established a pivot point. We had that support there, and then resistance. So we took this previous high that we had after they failed all these other 2 lows right here. This was a low. It failed that, and then that was a low, it failed that. So we had to look for the next previous low or a previous high, and then when I found that, I realized that that was a real solid pivot point area. Fact 1, that it touched it so many different times and come close, and we did pull back to it just within pennies right here. Fact 2, that we hit the 200 SMA on the daily time frame. So back in September, I called this reversal out of the snake. I drew this snake out, and if you follow my trades, that's about the only way I trade anymore, is trying to catch the squeeze for the big breakouts. Now, how many snakes you have on this page? A bunch of them. So this is the pivot point. Anything below it is going to be a support level, and anything above it is going to stay at resistance. So if we start to reverse on this stock, it could run up and hit that and break this previous low. Breaks that previous low. If not, then she'll go ahead and she'll pull on back, and if she doesn't hold this here line, she'll pull back and hit this next moving average. And then your next support's going to be right down here where your other pivot point is. And that's going to be like right in here. And that runs right into that 200. So that's your possible lowest support if we do pull back and hit that. But for right now, we're at a major support level. And we come out Monday and have a nice little bounce back up. Maybe hit the bottom of this here candle right here and find some kind of resistance. And then pull back down again. That could be a possibility. Or we could just go ahead and fail that and drop down and hit this other moving average right here, which runs right into the bottom of this channel. You want to draw a price line right there, and that would be your next support level if this fails. So that's your major support right there at that red line. And we recognized it was right around 430. Now if you go to the daily and look at the daily, we came real close to hitting that on Friday. So I think this has a good possibility of bouncing back up and breaking resistance at that 433.21, or hitting it and then retesting it and then seeing what happens. You might get a sharp knife again. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. I would be very cautious, but I think there's a lot of short selling going on too, which is giving me kind of an impact that maybe we'll be having a few green days, but we'll just find out come Monday. But I wanted to point out how to figure out how to look at that pivot point area. Even if you look at the 3-year chart, we had this previous high right in here, but I'd rather look on it at the daily right now because it's a little bit more accurate. Yeah, I just love that spot right there. We'll see if we hold. It's a major support. If not, we're going to come back down here and hit this. I think this is the 200 EMA. Yeah, 200 EMA is your next support level. So let's have a great day, SPY. Remember, using one trend line, you can decide even if you're at a pivot point area, which the support level is below it, and the resistance would be above that pivot point. And the more charting you do, the more you'll see it. Have a great day, retail traders.